Hey friends, Alan Lee here with Honestly Handyman Services out of Sacramento, California. Thank you all for tuning in today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below with what you guys think of this content. But let's get started. Today I wanted to talk about the 5 most useful tools for a handyman doing electrical work. Now, there are so many electrical tools out there that a handyman definitely should get. I want to talk about my 5 personal favorites. If I had to go into an electrical job and I could only take 5 tools, these are the tools that I would take. Now again, there's many out there that are great tools, but these are the 5 that I think are probably most essential. So the first tool that I would say is some sort of voltage tester. So you can either get, this is a wireless voltage tester, or you could get a wired voltage tester. I personally like this guy. This is just a Blue Point. This I used to have from back when I was an auto mechanic. I love this because I can actually physically touch the wires and see what's going on. This is a one that you don't need to touch any wires. You just hold against the wires and it'll blink and tell you if there's power or not. I mean, that's great for a quick test, but what if the battery's dead, or what if it's malfunctioning? And I mean, you're not physically touching the wires, so you're not really being able to see what's exactly going on. So that's why I love this guy, because it's got a light up screen. I know that it works. And I could touch these physically to the wires and see what's going on. When you're dealing with electrical, at least for me, I want to be safe. So this is definitely one that I recommend, is a DMM, a digital multimeter. They make smaller versions of these that only check, for voltage and things like that. This is a much more in-depth one that checks for resistance and continuity, and it's got a whole bunch of other stuff for automotive work. But I would definitely recommend these as my #1 electrical tool. My #2 electrical tool is very similar to that. It's a voltage tester. It is an outlet tester. Now these things are pretty awesome. I couldn't do any kind of thing, any electrical outlets or anything without this thing. I absolutely love it. This is a super old one, so they do make a whole lot newer ones that are probably more fancy. They got GFCI testers on them and everything, but this one actually used to be my dad's when he was an electrician. So still works great. Absolutely love it. It's super easy. You plug it into an outlet. You could tell if it's got voltage, and you could also see if there's an issue with the outlets as well. It has different color codes that kind of tell you what's going on, whether it's got an open neutral, open ground, open hot, something like that. But this is definitely an invaluable tool for doing electrical work as a handyman. My 3rd most used electrical tool as a handyman is obviously wire strippers, wire cutters. I absolutely love these things. I couldn't do any electrical jobs without them. They are a lifesaver. I mean, I've had it like back when I was, in high school, I would be trying to, do electrical wire, like on cars obviously, but with like a razor blade and stuff like that, and that's just not the way to go. The way to go is to get yourself a good set of wire cutters and wire strippers. This brand here is Ideal brand. I love them. I got them from, I think, Home Depot, and they've served me well, so I'd say this is a good brand. There's a lot of more fancier brands out there that cost a whole lot. These actually didn't really cost that much. But definitely wire strippers for doing electrical work as a handyman. My #4 favorite tool for doing electrical work as a handyman. Actually, this transcends all of the categories because I love this tool no matter what. I've done a video specifically on this tool before, and this is a headlamp. I absolutely love this thing, and I use it on every single project almost, but for electrical work, for sure, it is very invaluable because when you're doing electrical, you have the power off. So this is super great. You can have it on your head. This is also a cool model because, these straps, they come off, all 3 of them actually, so you could actually strap this to something else if you wanted to, like a hard hat or whatever, depending on your application. I will have a link to this and all these other tools in the description below, but this is actually a pretty good deal. I've had quite a few of my followers purchase this exact same LED headlamp. I don't even remember what brand it is. It's like one from like China or something. I don't even know how to pronounce the name. I think it's just like 4 letters, but I don't know. It's the best headlamp I've ever had because it's an LED headlamp and it's fully rechargeable. So you can plug it into your trailer when you're not using it, and it charges up, so it's always ready to go whenever you need it. And I've showed before that it has a few different settings. The first one is bright, and then less bright, and then disco party. So who doesn't want to do that, right? And then it's also pretty cool. It's got a swivel head on it, and it's got a zoom in function. So You guys probably can't see that at all, but it zooms in, so pretty sweet headlamp. This is definitely something I would say if you are doing electrical work as a handyman, a headlamp is very invaluable. My number 5 top electrical tool as a handyman is obviously a screwdriver. Now this screwdriver I have here is it's not necessarily the one that I use for electrical, but it is it's a a 2-in-1 screwdriver. It's actually more than 2-in-1. It actually comes apart and it does a whole bunch of this, but this is just one I had laying around. But a screwdriver of any sort is definitely something that you need doing electrical work. This may seem kind of silly, but that's definitely something that I use on every single electrical job. And having ones like these that are 2-in-1 screwdrivers are nice because you got the Phillips head on one side, flip it over, and you got the flathead. So you got everything you need in one little package. And then actually over here it's got a smaller Phillips and a smaller flathead as well. So that would be my number 5 top favorite electrical tool for being a handyman. Now again, there are a lot of electrical tools out there. Too many to cover in one single video. But these are just, if I had to choose 5 tools to take on an electrical job, these are the ones that I would take, starting with the priorities that I left here. So I'm going to have a link to every single tool that I talked about in this video in the description below, which is going to be an Amazon affiliate link. So check those out. You can purchase those tools there. That would really help out the channel. And thank you all so much for tuning into this video. Comment in the comment section below if you think there's any tools that would move up and take a place of one of these other tools that I talked about today. Also like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Check out all my other videos and have a fantastic day.